Finally got a lot of snow, and it's still coming. Good morning. Welcome back to GP Outdoors. Got a couple of special guests on their way right now. Andrew and Jerry with a G from Eastonmade, and apparently they're hauling a trailer behind them. So I'm pretty excited. As far as the snow goes, I think I'm gonna wait until tomorrow before I fire up the Kubota. Now you probably figured out why we've been bucking up all those logs lately. I hope you guys will stick around. We'll open up that trailer and see what's coming out. I'll see you over at Guy's place. I'm pretty excited to see Andrew today. I haven't seen him since he dropped off the 511 months ago. And I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what he's got in that trailer. I realize I've been really fortunate with this channel. Had a lot of different splitters I've been able to try over the last few years. And as we go through the Easton-made splitters that I've been able to use, I think I'm slowly zooming in or zoning in on what I think is the right splitter for me on my property and the types of things I do out here. So after a little discussion with Andrew recently, he said he's got one more model he'd like me to try out here at the cottage. And I'm looking forward to giving it a shot. We've gone through the 2228, the 511, number of different features and options, whether it's hydraulic lift tables, auto retract, auto forward, 4-way or 6-way wedges, large table, conveyors. We'll see what he's got for me today. As you folks know, I personally, for my own use, I don't split a lot of wood every year, probably just a couple cord. I've got a small property, and usually most of what we use our firewood for is outside fires, or if there's folks down the road that need a hand or need some wood, especially as we get towards the end of winter, always comes in handy. As you know, it's when Guy and Bob and I get together, and we're up here at either Guy's place or Bob's place, and we usually pump out about 35 cord a year, or bush cord as we call them up here. And for that, or that type of a pressure through the fall, that's when a really nice, well-built machine really comes in handy. For me, the 511, I think, is getting there for what I'd like on the property, but I want to check out what he's got today, because it just might be the one that does the trick. I don't know about you guys, I can't wait.
It should be coming.
You bet. Oh, here come two good-looking boys right now.
How's it going, guys?
Hey. Morning. How was the drive?
Oh, it was a beautiful drive. We come up from the south, went a different way this time, so it was really good. We got to see a lot of nice country.
Nice. So it was a good drive up then, eh?
Oh, it was beautiful.
Fantastic.
I brought my driver with me. Good to see you.
Yeah. There we have her.
Cool.
Morning, guys. You guys have met Guy and Bob before?
Good to see you.
Jerry with a G. Nice for you to make the trip.
That was exciting.
Yeah.
Anything happened, Jerry? Or everything cool?
Well, you know, the roads are narrow coming up here.
Yeah.
The driveway's a lot narrower.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's not put that on film. That's right.
Sorry about your roof.
Yeah. You missed it by that much.
Yeah,
that's true.
exactly it.
Well, it's kind of like you said, every time you're up here, there's some kind of adventure that ends up happening, which we don't put on film.
No, that's exactly it. If there wasn't an adventure, we wouldn't have a backstory, would we?
No, not at all, my friend. So you're going to take this off me today?
Yeah.
This wonderful 511?
We'll take that away. I'll take it home. I got a guy that's very interested in it.
He is, eh?
Yeah, he happens to be my brother, so.
Oh. It's a good thing I kept it greased and lubed.
Oh yeah, it's in good shape. Yeah. I'm sure Bert will have good luck with it. Yeah.
Good stuff. So you're gonna maybe show me what you brought?
Well, come on over. We'll
All
show
right,
you
brother.
what we got.
Oh, I knew it. Ultra.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, these are a really great machine gourd. Like if you're,
Wow.
the design of it's really simple. And that's what's nice about it. If you're just looking for a really simple wood splitter, it's the right height to work from, and it's fast. You can get a lot of wood out of it in a hurry. Yeah.
Well, I heard, and I've been watching a lot of the videos. You said she's fast, eh?
It is fast. Like this thing's down and back in about 4 seconds. So in terms of a hydraulic log splitter,
Jeez.
This is about as fast as you can get. And we have a 25-gallon oil tank on it. There's a 14 horsepower engine, Galtech valve, and if you look at it, like I said, it's just simple. It doesn't need to be more complicated than that. It works really nice.
Jeez, no, that's great, because something this size I can haul behind the ATV, no problem.
Oh yeah,
and I imagine I can pick it up easy. Yeah. Oh, she's good.
100%. In terms of mobility, like if you're a homesteader guy or if you just have a small property, this is going to suit you really well. And I think for you, Gord, it's going to be a perfect fit for you.
Oh, well, thanks so much. It's great because I know you've got so many different models, and I appreciate you keeping the mystery for a little bit there because, you know, kept us on edge. We're all waiting to see, and I noticed folks on the channel on the last couple of videos were saying their guesses in the comments as to what you were bringing.
Yep.
Yeah, she's an Ultra, and I'm pretty happy. That's great, especially in the wintertime or pulling it through the forest in the ATV or the tractor. I can use either one now. So maybe you want to tell me a little bit about it. I see she's got the old removable tongue again.
Yeah.
That's pretty handy.
It's got a tongue that'll go on either end of it. So if you need to go down the road with it, it pulls really nice. Like you can see there's good sized radial tires on it. So if you do need to go down the road or through the wood yard, it'll roll over blocks. And then you can actually put the hitch on the other end of it. So then if you have a pile of wood, you can pull it out of your wood pile and your hitch isn't buried.
Nice. Okay, great. So the tongue, that's a pretty handy option to be able to put it in either end, especially when you're backed in between trees. But I noticed that the hydraulics are a little simpler than the old 511.
Yeah, they are. Like, they're very basic. Like, as you can see, there's no log lift, there's no adjustable wedge on this. And in terms of control valve, it's just you hold it forward and the ram comes out and let go of it and it stops, and then it will actually detent and go back on its own. So it's very, very basic, very simple machine.
Oh, that's excellent.
And then the wedge on it is adjustable. It's manual adjustment underneath. There's a pin underneath it. And then you can set that four-way wedge to whichever height you like. And we also have a single wedge for it, which I'll send you down in the future. I can send it down to you in a couple of weeks sort of thing.
Well, I noticed the wings, the four-way has kind of almost wings on it as opposed to straight across. Is that for efficiency or for splitting as it goes through? It's
more or less for splitting when it goes through. If you have the wings flat on, what's going to happen is these bottom pieces are going to wedge up against the 2x4 and the plate, where on the 511 and the other machines, it's narrow there, so the pieces will actually fall out, and there's space there between the bottom wings and the catch pan, where the way that this is designed is it's a flat transition. So if you need to re-split a piece of wood, it's very easy to pull it back through over here to not catch on anything.
Okay, that makes great sense. I didn't even think of that, but that's a really smart engineering feature.
Yeah, it's really, really handy. Like, a lot of guys will even buy one of these. Like I said, the two markets we kind of have for them is either the smaller homeowner producer guy, or we'll have a lot of guys that buy these to run these behind their firewood processors as a re-splitter, just because of the speed of them and the efficiency of them.
Yeah, well, I'm dying to fire it up in a bit, but let's go through the rest. That table, let's talk about the table. Really like this receiving table design.
Yeah, it's really nice. Like, if you look at it, it's really wide, so you don't normally have wood coming off the end of it. And there's enough space here that typically, if you split a piece of wood, you can have room to throw it back in. And then with the edges on it here, a lot of them you see on the market, the edges aren't very high. So if you're not set up level, you'll find the wood will slide off the end of it on you, right?
I've found that a few times in the past.
Yeah,
for sure.
and the way that this is set up too, Gord, depending on how you guys are, like especially Gord or guys here, you can put a wheelbarrow right underneath that and feed right in the wheelbarrow and then wheelbarrow to wherever you want.
Well, you know what? I think it just might do that today, for sure, because you've got a nice lip under too, eh?
Yeah, and when you form something like that too, it makes it a lot stronger. It's not, as you can see, that's a fairly solid table too, right? Yeah,
that is solid. Good thick steel.
Yeah.
Excellent. Nice big black engine.
It is so, yeah. It's actually a 14 horse. The Briggs line doesn't have an engine that suits that 16 gallon per minute pump that well, so we just went ahead and put the big motor on. And the really nice thing about having the bigger 14 horse on is it has an automatic fuel shut off. So when you shut the engine off, it actually shuts the fuel off. So if you're towing it down the road or storing it, the fuel is automatically shut off. You don't have to remember to do it. And then it has a cyclonic air cleaner too. So what'll happen is the dirt will get sucked into one end of it, and then it'll actually dump the dirt back out the other end of it. So it keeps it, especially in an environment like this where you're running chainsaws and stuff, it keeps it nice and clean.
Good stuff. Nice. Nice big horsepower.
Yeah.
Well, I really like it. I love the simplicity, and I'm dying to try it out and get her fired up. But while we got you here, as you know, I've tried a lot of different splitters over the years, and I've loved your equipment. Really well built, heavy duty, great hydraulics, excellent features on them, which, in all fairness, for a guy like me that doesn't do a lot of wood every year, I mean, between the three of us, I think we do about 35 cord. So having the opportunity, something like the 2228 was kind of a dream. We all loved it. It was almost like Christmas. Made that fall wood drive so much easier for us. So I appreciate that. And being able to use the 511 I think has brought it a lot closer to what I think I need for myself here. But why do you think, or what would you say to folks as far as deciding, you know, where the deciding factor is between running an Ultra, for example, and running a 511?
Well, it really, honestly, it really depends. It's like we have people that go both ways on it. We'll have some guys that really like the Ultra, some guys that really like the 511, the left on. Like for a lot of guys, it kind of comes down to budget and what kind of performance and production you need with it. Like in an instance like yours, that Ultra works really nice because you can tow it around really easily with a four-wheeler,
Yeah.
or a small tractor. It tows really nice and it's very maneuverable, where the 511, the bigger machines, are a lot bulkier machine. Like the physical footprint's not very big, but they are heavy.
Oh, it's heavy, all right.
So that's kind of the biggest thing with it, because we have guys that'll go both ways with it. Whether they want something to run their business, or whether they just want something really good. So it's a really hard call. But I think for yourself, Gord, I think that Ultra is going to be the perfect fit for you.
I think so, eh?
Yeah.
Well, I love it a lot. I love the simplicity, and I'm really happy that I'm now able to drag it behind the ATV or the truck or the tractor. Yeah, I'm really going to miss that log lift for sure. Real nice back saver. But at the same time, I've got a log ox now. I mean, we've been slinging around, so I've got a way to manage that. And I love the table height on this. I'm not bending over on this. It's a perfect height just below my waist. So I'm looking forward to it, Andrew. Thank you.
I think you're really gonna enjoy it, Gord. And like you said, like having the other simple tools like a log ox or a picker really saves that bending over for guys. They really do make a huge difference at the end of the day for you, and the amount of physical labor on your body.
Yeah, for sure. So what do you say? Bobby and Guy and I have been hard at work the last couple of weeks, making sure we were ready for you coming today.
Well, we'll make sure we get some wood through this, and we'll show these folks how they work side by side and how they perform.
Great. Well, you want to fire this up? I'll fire up the 511 and we'll get her warmed up.
Sounds good. I like it.
Great. Gee, she is fast, Andrew. My goodness.
It certainly moves. That Ultra, it's 4 seconds down and back. So if you're doing if you don't do large diameter wood, it's the way to fly. And like I said, we have the 4-way.
Right.
It's adjustable up and down. We have the single wedge for it too. So there's options on that end of it too.
Great, because I'll tell you up here, as I've said to folks a lot of times, we're probably somewhere around 12, 16, 17 inches. Every once in a while we get a big one, but pretty much what you see here is pretty representative of what we're getting most of the time. But I was going to ask you, I couldn't help but notice the pusher plate is much smaller than the 511 and the 2228. Why is that?
Well, on the Ultra, because we don't have any log cradles on, there's a lot more manual handling with the piece of wood. You can see you can control the piece of wood going into it. And the biggest thing with that is if you look at it, there's not really any chance if you have your hand on the top of that block of wood,
Right.
where your hand can get pinched in there. And that's why we have it like that.
Yeah, isn't that something? Yeah, it does its job, but I'd love to give it a shot. I mean, you guys are having all the fun.
Oh yeah. Well, you should give it a try, Gord. It really performs well. I think you'll be really impressed with it.
All right, well, do you mind handing me off and I'll give it a run?
You have at her, man.
All right, let me just load up. She's fast.
That really performs. like those ultras are a really fast splitter, and like I said, if you're not into terribly big stuff, they're their way to go. Like in terms of a hydraulic wood splitter, this is about as fast as you can buy right now.
Really, and I love what you were saying with that smaller push plate. I feel a lot more comfortable leaving my hand on top of that log until she connects. I'll be honest, I'm going to be missing that hydraulic four-way and the hydraulic table, but I love the height of this. I love how quick and easy it is to use, and I'm looking forward to dragging out up behind the ATV.
I think you're really going to enjoy this, Gord. I think this is going to be the perfect fit for you, and as always, I really appreciate you giving us a chance and letting us come on the channel and showing off our equipment. It means the world to us.
Well, all the best. You're always welcome. Anytime. And hey, you can even bring Jerry with a G anytime too.
I'll make sure next time I come, I bring Jerry with me. He's an awful lot of fun.
Alrighty.
Well, I think you've made me hungry enough. We should go down and have a sandwich with the guys. It's lunchtime now, so.
Well, that's assuming they left us any, eh?
I'm really hoping they did. I hope Jerry didn't eat them all.
Well, let me say goodbye to everybody, and I'll see you inside.
Sounds good, Gord.
Cheers, mate. Wow. Well, thanks so much for sticking around today. I hope you enjoyed it. Really excited about this new splitter, and I'm looking forward to working it out over the coming months. If you like the channel, please click subscribe, hit the like button, and if you want to know when I'm posting videos, just click that little bell. Have a wonderful and safe week with your families. Please be kind to one another, and I'll see you again on the next one. Cheers. Hey, save me a sandwich.